You're watching the Fox 8 10 o'clock news with Neill McNeill, Katie Nordine, and Max Weather Chief Meteorologist Van Denton.
Tonight's Newsmaker is among those in charge of preserving the memory of a historic event.
This event happened in downtown Greensboro 57 years ago this month. That's when 4 North Carolina A&T State University students sat down at the segregated Woolworth's 5 and dime lunch counter and waited to be served. This nonviolent protest served as a catalyst in the civil rights movement. John Swaine is the Chief Executive Officer of the International Civil Rights Center and Museum, which opened in 2010 in what was that Woolworth store. Since then, it's struggled financially, but now it's turning a corner.
The institution is moving closer and closer to stabilization.
The International Civil Rights Center and Museum, 7 years into its existence, from its iconic wall of people who made a difference and accomplished great things, to the actual room and lunch counter where the first sit-in happened, this place is getting closer and closer to entering a new era.
I found this to be quite compelling because it inspires imagination.
And not many will be happier than John Swaine, who recently showed me the museum's brand new exhibit honoring the Tuskegee Airmen, the African-American military pilots who fought in World War II. What are your plans to keep people coming back after they've visited here the first time?
We're sitting right in it. This is our changing gallery, and it is, like I said, an opportunity to constantly update our exhibit.
And that's where the new era comes in. Swaine feels once the museum pays off its debt, he will be able to focus even more on updating exhibits and educating people.
My biggest goal right now is to retire $776,000 at Carolina Bank so that they will know that they are not being left out to hang. Like I said, it was a $4 million note in 2009. It's down to $776,000.
Paying off loans from the Community Foundation and the City of Greensboro are also priorities. How confident are you that you're going to meet that deadline for the city loan of February 2018?
I think that we're going to make that happen.
Last summer, another accomplishment. You see, before the museum opened, outside investors agreed to pay for millions of dollars in construction costs in exchange for large tax credits. Those tax credits carried $196,000 yearly fees the museum had to pay. In August, that obligation was met.
We've got to make those types of things happen. Then my full focus is going to be on future operations.
What is the biggest public misconception people in this community have about this facility, and what would you like to say to perhaps dispel that misconception?
I think one of the largest misconceptions in the community is waste and abuse, not knowing where all the money is going. Well, I can stand here and say I've accounted for every penny of every dime that has come into this museum.
And a big part of that accountability, Swaine says, has been spending that money wisely.
Of course, we have to continue to sell a lot of merchandise in our museum store to remain viable, keep our costs low in the museum, raise money from our nonprofit fundraisers that we hold every year, attract more people to the Greensboro area.
What would you like to say to the community right now that will reassure everyone that the International Civil Rights Center and Museum will stay open, will pay its bills, and will meet its goals?
We, like any other organization, are always going to have obligations that we have to meet, but I need the community's support, I need the community's encouragement, and we are going to stay open and we're going to stay viable. I want to educate the community, not divide, not put out misinformation, but to use this opportunity and this place as a place that we can bring people together and learn from one another.
3 weeks ago, the museum received its first $50,000 grant from the National Park Service, which Swaine says will help pay off the city loan. As for what more he would like to see from the city, marketing, helping get the message out to people around the world that this place is here Currently, 70,000 people visit the museum every year. For more information on the museum, its hours, displays, and admission costs, take the link to its website from ours. Just look for this story at myfox8.com.